Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt like your knees were yelling at you? Or maybe you bent down to tie your shoe and thought, "Whew, that was a workout." If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. A lot of folks over 60 start to notice these little signs creeping in. Slower steps, more creaks and cracks, and a general feeling that your body just doesn't bounce back the way it used to. But here's the thing most people don't realize. It doesn't have to be this way, really. Now you might be thinking, well, of course I'm slowing down, I'm getting older. And yes, aging is a natural part of life. But what if I told you that there are people in their 70s, 80s, even 90s who are defying what we've come to expect from aging? They're not just getting by, they're thriving. They're strong, flexible, energetic, and they're doing things most 80-year-olds would think are impossible. That's why we're here today. This video is about something 99% of 80-year-olds can't do. But if you can, you're basically aging in reverse. It's not about some fancy supplement or expensive program. It's about how you move, how you care for your body, and how you build habits that keep you feeling young, no matter what the calendar says. So if you're over 60 or even close, and you want to feel more confident on your feet, have more energy throughout the day, and maybe even surprise your grandkids with how spry you are, you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to talk about a handful of simple, powerful habits that can completely change the way you feel in your body. These are habits that most people overlook, but they make all the difference between just getting older and aging gracefully, and even in some cases, aging in reverse. Let's start with something that's more important than most folks realize: the ability to get up from the floor without using your hands. Now wait. Don't laugh this off. It sounds simple, but getting up off the ground without support is a huge indicator of your balance, flexibility, coordination, and strength. In fact, there was a study a few years ago where researchers asked older adults to sit down on the floor and then stand back up without using their hands. What they found was shocking. People who could do it were far more likely to live longer and stay independent. Think about that for a second. This one movement, getting up without your hands, can tell you more about your longevity than your blood pressure or cholesterol numbers. It's a total body test. And it's not about looking good or showing off. It's about function. Can your body do what you need it to do, safely and without strain? If you haven't tried it in a while, give it a go. Don't push yourself too hard, but try sitting cross-legged on the floor. Then see if you can stand up using only your legs. If you need to use a hand or a knee, that's okay, but this is something you can improve over time. And how do you improve it? Well, that brings us to our next important habit: strengthening your lower body, especially your legs, hips, and core. Because let's face it, if your legs aren't strong, everything gets harder. Getting out of bed, climbing stairs, even standing at the sink to wash dishes. The good news is, you don't need a gym membership or fancy machines. One of the best things you can do is practice simple sit-to-stands from a chair. Seriously, just sit down and stand up without using your hands 10 times in a row. If that's too much, start with 5. If that's too easy, try holding something light in your hands, like a water bottle or small bag of rice. This movement mimics what you do dozens of times a day. Every time you sit down for lunch, use the restroom, or get in and out of the car, you're using those same muscles. So training them in a gentle, consistent way makes everything in your daily life easier and safer. Strong legs also help protect you from falls, which is a big concern as we get older. Falls can be life-changing, but the right exercises can build the muscle memory and stability you need to stay steady on your feet. And let's not forget your core, your stomach, lower back, and sides. That's your body's center of gravity. It helps you balance, turn, twist, and even breathe more efficiently. You don't need to do crunches or planks to build your core strength either. Gentle movements like standing marches, leg lifts, or even just reaching across your body while seated can wake up those deep core muscles and help support your spine. So let me ask you this. When was the last time you moved your body on purpose? Not just walking to the fridge or mailbox, but really doing something to keep your muscles and joints working well? Because that's where the magic happens. The third habit that makes a world of difference, one that keeps your body feeling loose, light, and limber, is stretching. Now, don't roll your eyes. I know stretching might not sound exciting, but it's one of the easiest ways to feel younger in your body. You see, as we age, our muscles naturally get a little tighter, a little shorter. That's part of why bending down to put on socks starts to feel like a challenge. But with a few minutes of gentle stretching each day, you can turn back the clock on stiffness. Start small. Maybe after you brush your teeth in the morning, take a minute to reach your arms overhead and gently lean from side to side. Or try rolling your shoulders backward in a slow circle while you breathe deeply. These little movements send a message to your body. Hey, we're not done yet. We're still moving, still living. You don't have to be a yoga master. Just moving through your full range of motion can help you stay more flexible, reduce pain, and even sleep better at night. And let's be honest, when you feel looser and more comfortable in your body, you move more, you enjoy life more, and everything just feels easier. So if you've ever found yourself grunting when you stand up or holding onto furniture just to stretch your back, try adding a few gentle stretches to your morning or evening routine. It's a small habit, but it can create a big shift in how you feel. If this kind of advice resonates with you, if you're thinking, hey, I want to feel like myself again, or even, I want to surprise people with how strong and capable I am, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We're building a community here of strong, vibrant people who believe it's never too late to take control of your health and happiness. All right, so we've talked about the power of being able to get up from the floor, building leg and core strength, and how stretching can work wonders for your joints and mobility. These may seem like small things, but trust me, they're not. These are the habits that separate the 99% from the 1% when it comes to aging well. Now, let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep going. Now that your body is waking up again, your muscles are moving, your breath is flowing deeper, your posture is taller, there's one more area that plays a huge role in how young or old you feel, and that's your balance. We often don't think much about balance until something goes wrong. Maybe it's a near stumble on the stairs, or you catch yourself grabbing for the wall after standing up too fast. And here's the thing. Balance is one of the most underappreciated signs of youth. Kids run, jump, spin in circles without a second thought. But over time, if we don't practice balance, we start to lose it. And when balance goes, confidence goes right along with it. The good news is that balance is something you can rebuild, and it doesn't require any fancy equipment. In fact, one of the most effective things you can do is simply stand near a chair or counter, lift one foot just a few inches off the ground and hold it there. If you can hold it for 10 seconds, great. If not, no problem. Start where you are. The more you do it, the more your body learns. Even brushing your teeth while standing on one foot or walking heel to toe along a hallway can strengthen the little stabilizer muscles in your feet, ankles, and hips. These are the muscles that keep you steady when you're reaching up to a shelf or stepping off a curb. And just like with posture, when your balance improves, your confidence rises. You start to move with more assurance. You stop second-guessing yourself with every step. And here's something that might surprise you. Balance isn't just physical. It's mental too. When your body feels more stable, your mind does too. You carry yourself differently. You feel more in control, and that sense of control helps you feel younger, more grounded, more vibrant. And speaking of the mind, we can't finish this conversation without talking about how your mindset affects how you age. Because no matter how strong or flexible you are, if you're constantly telling yourself, "I'm too old for this," then your body hears that message loud and clear. But if you shift your inner dialogue, even a little, you begin to create space for possibility. When you say, "I'm still growing, I'm still capable, I'm still learning," you're sending a powerful signal to your brain and body. There's a story I love about a man in his 80s who decided to take up painting for the first time. People asked him, "Why start now?" He said, "Because I'm not done becoming who I am." That kind of mindset, that openness to growth, is what separates people who simply age from people who keep living. And you can practice this every day. Maybe it's learning a new recipe, or trying a puzzle you've never done before, or striking up a conversation with someone new. These little moments of curiosity light up the brain. They keep your mind flexible. They keep you feeling engaged and connected. So if you've ever caught yourself thinking, "I'm too old to start something new," I want to challenge you. What if you're not too old? What if you're just getting started? That leads me to one last habit that ties all of this together, and that's creating small daily rituals that support your vitality. Not big, complicated routines, just simple moments in your day that remind your body and mind that you're still investing in yourself. Maybe it's a 5-minute stretch when you wake up, or an afternoon walk around the block with the dog. Maybe it's a quiet cup of tea in the evening where you check in with how you're feeling. These rituals don't just improve your physical health, they create rhythm, they bring you back into your body, and they build momentum. Because the truth is, the habits that make you feel young again, the ones that reverse that tired, sluggish feeling, aren't flashy. They're consistent, they're intentional, and most of all, they're yours. And let me say this, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do all of these things every single day. What matters is that you keep showing up, that you keep choosing movement over stillness, curiosity over resignation, growth over decline. Aging doesn't have to mean fading away. It can mean getting stronger, wiser, more rooted in who you are. And if you've been feeling like you're on the outside looking in, like your body isn't cooperating the way it used to, please hear this. You are not broken. You are not too far gone. And you absolutely have the power to feel better. You can build strength. You can restore balance. You can stretch, breathe, walk, lift your spirits. You can laugh. You can learn. You can live fully and joyfully right now, right where you are. And when you start doing the things most 80-year-olds can't or won't do, that's when people start looking at you and saying, "How do you look so good? How are you still doing all this?" And you'll just smile because you'll know you chose to keep going. You chose to take care of yourself. You chose to believe in possibility. So let's take a quick moment to reflect on everything you've embraced today. You've learned that strength in your legs and core makes everyday life easier and safer. That stretching helps you move with less pain and more freedom. That moving your body, even gently, rebuilds energy and endurance. That posture affects not only how you feel, but how you carry yourself in the world. That balance can be restored one step at a time. That your breath is a tool, not just a reflex, and that your mindset is one of the most powerful forces in how you age. Small changes, big results, that's the truth of it. You don't need to chase youth. You need to honor your body, nourish your spirit, and remember, you are still in motion. You are still becoming, and I hope you feel proud of yourself. Because by watching this, by being open to new ideas, by taking even one small step, you are already part of the 1%, the few who say, "I want more out of life," and who are willing to do something about it. If this video has inspired you, or if you've tried any of these habits in your own life, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Your story might just be what someone else needs to read today, and if you haven't already, give this video a like to let us know you're part of this growing, vibrant community of people who are proving that it's never too late to thrive. hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started and we've got so much more to share with you. Here's to feeling good in your body. Here's to waking up with energy, moving with confidence and standing tall, literally and figuratively. Here's to living your best life at any age. You're doing great. Keep going. The complete script now stands at around 3,600 words across all three parts, with a warm, motivating tone and practical, accessible guidance throughout. Let me know if you'd like the entire script compiled into a single document or video-friendly format.